Hello and welcome in. I'm MissKinghorn and we are back here with another speed build in the Sims 4, and this time we are building a penthouse apartment. So this is on number 1 Torendi Tower in the fashion district, I do believe. It's on that sort of weird kind of stacked building. You all know by now, I have lots of inspiration and I was trolling through trying to find something that I can build in, well, using the new modern luxe kit, and I saw this really nice penthouse. Well, it wasn't a penthouse, it was kind of like a big house that kind of looked like it could work on top of a tower. So that's kind of what I'm putting it here on. The tower is slightly different in the inspiration pictures as to what it is here, but I thought it would work, sort of, it's the same sort of size and things like that. In there, it is very kind of modern, it's very kind of like sandy kind of colour. I don't think it was European or American. It felt more sort of Middle East, kind of maybe UAE, kind of that sort of area over there. Obviously I have no idea where the actual building is, but or even if it was just a reference image, like a render of a building, architectural sketch, that sort of thing. But yes, that's what I was working off of, and it had these really nice sort of front and back sort of patio kind of areas out here for lots of sort of entertaining and lots of outdoor space, which I thought worked out really well in here as well. So this is the front area here. Now I do this a little bit differently to what I normally do, and I changed it up a little bit because I only had the front and the back reference image. I didn't have a floor plan, I didn't have anything else, it was just these two images. And so I thought this was looking very much like the front of the building here. So it kind of has this sort of front area which has lots of sort of planting, lots of sort of shrubbery in it as well, kind of a rooftop garden up here right on the top of this tower in here, using kind of lots of sort of neutral kind of plants, lots of different shades of green with just a few little hits and pops of colour coming through. And this build actually doesn't have that much colour in it other than sort of that beige kind of look that we have sort of everywhere into here. And yeah, I'm using some platforms as well, which you all know I'm okay with them. I'm not a great lover of platforms. They kind of get in the way a little bit, and you will see them later on. So at the moment there is no platform inside, but there's platforms outside, which kind of changes how all this works into here. So yeah, but we have lots of nice big sort of picture windows and lots of planting you would have seen from the thumbnail. These front shade areas here are gorgeous little front terrace in here, and a couple of columns just to give it a little bit of support into there as well. And yeah, I had even more issues with columns. I tried to get them all the way around this building and they're on the bottom floor, like the ground floor, but when you go up to the next floor I couldn't get them up. And I've had this issue with some houses in the past with it, and I've kind of like found a cheat a way around, but this time I really couldn't find another option. So there's only columns downstairs, which is a bit of a shame, but otherwise you're going to have like really tall columns that stick through where I could maybe pull them up from the ground floor, but it just doesn't look right when I do that. So yeah, because if you play with this house, then if you use like the half cut walls, then it still has the columns in it. I don't know what the issue or the bug is with it, but yes. So this is a nice little seating area. We do have a door coming out here. You can see that there, that we get in. So it's a nice little secluded area, a little bit away from the front door. There is a elevator lift inside as well, so you'll see that in here as well. But yeah, lots of sort of ivy coming around this house as well. So we're sort of building all of this up into there just to get it all looking how it is in the images. Now I use a few packs here and I'm struggling to find a rug that kind of works in here. I do end up using the laundry day rug. This is the only item I think from that pack which I should really change out, but it works so well in here that I didn't in the end change it out. I think going for style versus packs, it's always that dilemma, and I do sometimes go, okay, well, I've only used 1 or 2 items from this pack, maybe I can have an alternative or something like that. But for here, I really sort of struggled with trying to get them another rug that kind of fitted that sort of theme into here as well. And for the life of me, trying to click on those plants to get it into the right place, because of the platforms it kept dropping it down and stuff, and it's not easy sometimes to use. It's just a little bit tricky and a little bit fiddly, but we do use a lot of the desert pack as well, which I thought worked out really well with what I could see from these images in here as well. So we have a nice sort of front area, and you can see I have now built the rest of this house into here. A house, penthouse, you decide what we call it. It's a house on the top of a tower block, really is what I've gone for. But this is the back sort of patio area, roof terrace in here, and we add in a nice little swim pool. It's quite a small pool, I've got to be fair, but I thought it works out really well into here. And then there's obviously lots of other things going on in here as well, and we do get some more sort of planting and stuff. Again, pool area didn't really work. It only could do it if I had a space. Now I've seen other people do these with platforms and it works out really well and looks fine, so I don't know why it just didn't want to do it for me today. I don't know, annoying, but anyway, enough complaining. Into here right then, and sort of getting in those sort of sandy sort of floorings and things like that in here as well. And yeah, this is a nice little pool area in here, kind of really simple little area. Yeah, obviously we do have like the barbecue and sort of an outside sort of dining area at the front, and then at the back here we just have like some lounges and a bit more of a living space. There is also some roof terrace you'll see as we go up as well, so there is sort of some space around for some more sort of seating and lots of outdoor, as I say, entertaining and maybe just living space out here as well. But yes, I do use a lot of the Desert Lux, the Desert Pack in here. I've used bits and pieces from it. Obviously, I think every builder has probably used the curtains from that pack because, well, they're perfect. And I don't use them in this build. We actually use the new ones from the new kit for those. But yeah, I do use pretty much everything else from that pack into there. And these giant banana plants in here, they worked really well in that sort of roof terrace kind of feel that we have in here. So say nice sort of entertaining sort of seating space out here as well. Now the people I have in my mind for this are very yoga, kind of meditation kind of people, and you'll see in here I do actually get a lot of sort of the yoga mats and the all that sort of stuff out here as well. But this is one of the roof terraces up here, and this is sort of the big main one. There is kind of a smaller one on the next floor down. This is actually right up on the very top of here. Just as you come out of the main bedroom, so you can see those double doors down or just at the bottom right, they go into the main bedroom, and there's a little space out there. All I do really with that is place a couple of plants on there. There's not really much room for anything else, but this up here is a nice little space. I feel a bit more private in here. The only way you can access this space is through a staircase in the main bedroom. So I've kind of got two sets of stairs in here, one that goes up to the middle floor really, and then another one that leads up to the sort of top roof sort of area, which again has got more seating, and then off to that roof terrace in there. But this is the kitchen in here. Now I personally really struggle with this plan. Normally when I'm building, I have a lot of floor plans, and I know where the windows are, I know where the doors are, I know cabinets, I know all sorts of things. Here I literally had those 2 pictures, as I said earlier, and so trying to work out exactly where things go and what everything is was kind of a little bit of a mishmash. And yeah, there was a lot of editing and cursing and all sorts when recording this, because it took way too long to actually get the outside and the kind of windows in the right place to get matching with the walls and the floor plan. And yes, anyway, we kind of got those in, and so this sort of space here was kind of the kitchen. It worked, it's okay, but yeah, in the real plan I imagine it's somewhere completely different, and I've kind of gone off completely wrong with this, but you know, give me the floor plan then is what I would say to that. If you gave me the floor plan, I could build it. But yeah, so we're using these custom artwork pieces you'll see in here, these sort of black marble. I will show you at the end who they are by as well, so you'll see all of those into there. There are 3 sets of sort of custom, well, they're not CC, they are gallery artwork pieces that I use in here. But yes, you'll have all of those at the end, and I will drop their IDs down in the description as well, so you can find those on there. And as I say, they are just on the gallery, so you can search by the username for those pieces as well into here. But yeah, this is the kitchen pretty much done. I kind of wanted to kind of clutter it up, and then thought, no, it's a very modern build, it's very kind of minimalistic as well. I feel like in certain places, upstairs is a little bit more cluttered, like when it comes to like bedside tables and like more personal things, but I feel like this sort of downstairs area here is kind of very much a showground, as it were. It's very sort of showy, entertaining, as I said earlier, things. So I thought they would have a little bit less clutter and more kind of free space that they sort of can use for entertaining into there. But that is the big sort of kitchen diner in here. Now I do use these big doors from Snowy Escape, which have the like screens through them. They work quite well. In here I did kind of mix and match. I tried to get some archways and doors, but I didn't in the end. So this little area here is actually really cute. I actually quite like this little sort of nook that I created. Because of the way that I did the front terrace, we had to step it down inside. So I ended up having to kind of create this little area here, and it worked out really well with the stairs. And so I thought we'd have a nice little seating area here, just off of the kitchen, so you can sort of sit there, maybe read a book. I'm not sure if your Sims can actually get to those bookshelves, like the stack of books, because I've placed a chair in front of them, but I chose style over substance, I'm sorry to say. But yeah, nice little sort of seating area here, and this is the next load of custom artwork, and we do get some of those in here as well. So yeah, nice little build into there. Right then. Okay. So nice little bit of lighting in here as well. And to be fair, I love these kind of little nooks, these kind of little spaces. Maybe a little bit separate, obviously it's off the kitchen, but it feels a little bit more intimate, sort of down there, tucked under the stairs, kind of in here as well. Which, yeah, I would spend my days curled up in a blanket in one of those kind of little nooks into here. Now, using these new artwork pieces, I love these pieces. The sort of style of them as well works out really, really well. This is the front little entrance area. Now, as you can see, you have the lift, elevator, whatever you want to call it in here. I did place a big sort of outer door as well in here, but it does have the sort of mailbox and the trash chute that you needed. So everything you need to have for this penthouse is in this kind of build here. I don't necessarily know how I would feel about having this in the middle of the house, because there are other rooms coming off of it. And so obviously if you wanted to lock a door, it would be quite difficult, but you can basically just lock all 3 doors, and then they just have this sort of front area here. Now, I said earlier on about platforms and how I'm not very good at them. There is one issue with this build, and yeah, slight disclaimer, the windows are actually sticking out above the wall heights, and you kind of see them a little bit more when you go upstairs, because I've had to raise the whole build up one platform so that it fits in with outside. It means that I have a little bit of difficulty trying to get the curtains to work, and that because they're too high on the windows. So you'll see it more upstairs, but there is a little bit of an issue if you're trying to get down under sort of neath, if you're doing it from like a Sims point of view, in sort of like first person mode into there. But that's just one teeny tiny little issue I have with this build, and it's totally my fault. I didn't change the size of the windows. But I don't think it would work if I had small wall height windows on a medium wall height. It just doesn't feel right unless you kind of go for it all the way, and I had done the windows before I had realised I had made a boo-boo. So this is, back to the video, I have made a big sort of living area, kind of entertaining space as well. So it kind of has a new TV that kind of is a picture that you kind of have in there that then obviously turns into a TV. One issue I did find, it's rather small and it doesn't size up. It just doesn't work. Well, it works, but it just looks weird sized up. So I've had to keep it small, and that's maybe one issue that I would change out for maybe a bigger TV in here. This room is huge, and there's a lot of empty kind of space and wasted space in here, which I don't tend to do, but I had committed, so it is what it is into there. But we are speeding through this video, so we are on to the office in here. So the people that I had in mind, and you'll see them in the screenshots, one of them is like a best-selling author, and they've maybe had their books turned into films, that kind of thing, and they're like super wealthy in here. And then this is like their sort of space for writing, creating, that sort of thing. So it's a very nice opulent area where they spend a lot of their time in here, and I basically try to use as much from the new kit as I possibly could. It does work really well with the luxury stuff pack that I don't think I've used in years, but it did work out really well in here. There are a few bits and pieces from that stuff pack, and talking of stuff packs, we're getting a new one. So for everyone, including myself, who thought they were dead, yeah, surprise. Hopefully, it's not just one, and we are getting a few more of them in the future, because stuff packs were a really nice sort of combo. They're like that mini little package in there of like a little bit of Kaz, a little bit of build by, a little bit of gameplay, kind of all mixed in, and I'm super excited to see what you will create and what I create with the new chef's hustle into there. I'm super excited for that one, but let me know your thoughts of that down in the comments below. Are you excited? What do you want to see with that new pack? And yeah, no promises, but we'll see what I can do into there. I have a few ideas, I have to be fair. I do have a few ideas. But we have moved on up the stairs. So this is the kind of little seating area. Again, another little reading nook, kind of little private sort of space up the top here for them up to here at the top of the stairs. Again, I just kind of had weird little spaces here and there in this sort of corridor that we had in here. So more curtains. I feel like this is sort of a very private house, so there's lots of sort of areas where they can like shut the curtains. They've also got like big shutters on them, sort of with those wooden slats into here. Now this is a 2-bedroom build. It also has 2 bathrooms, so the main bedroom has its own ensuite, and then this bedroom has a bathroom at the end of this hallway here. I don't show you those in the video because we'll be here until next year if I did that, so I'm sorry to say they face the cut. into here. I did do a few new little things in there that, well, they're not new, but a different sort of style into there. So you'll see those in the screenshots in here as well. But this is the main bedroom. So I thought a really nice sort of opulent, and I looked at this room and thought, where on earth am I going to put the bed? So I kind of created this wall in the middle of the room and kind of divides it up. So one side is the kind of the bed, sleeping area, and then going on to the other is more of like the dressing sort of area into here. And you can see in the corner there is the stairs leading up to the kind of more of a seating area up there for them into here. Now, those cushions are slightly too big to fit perfectly on that bed. One small little criticism, I would like to have more cushions on that bed, but they just didn't fit, so I had to kind of squish them all together, which doesn't look quite right. But I feel like because they chose to have such a thick headboard, it kind of meant that they couldn't have the width, because items are a set size in this game. So if you look at a fridge or a sofa or anything like that, it is a set size. It has to fit in those square tiles, and it's the same thing here. The bed had to be a certain size. They wanted the width of the headboard, and that meant that the actual bed was slightly smaller, which made trying to get the cushions on a little bit harder into there, but I think it works. Into there, it looks okay. And yeah, we are quickly wrapping up this build. So this is the teenage girl's bedroom into here as well. So we've kind of used some of the pink stuff, we've used a lot of the kind of black and white, maybe a bit grey, and now I thought let's throw some colour in. So this is the teenage girl's bedroom into here. But yeah, as I say, we are quickly wrapping up this build because it's the last room we do into here. This is at the front of the house, so it kind of looks over the front sort of patio kind of area. And I thought it looks pretty good in here. As a really nice sort of teenage sort of girl's bedroom for somebody who's, as I say, if their parents are famous or something like that, they're quite rich. It's kind of like that perfect kind of little expensive rich girl's bedroom, which I thought worked out really well into here. And yes, you can download this build right now. It is available on my gallery under MissKinghorn. You can also find me on pretty much all social medias, so Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this week, Discord, Instagram, Threads, Hive. I don't really post a Hive, I keep forgetting it exists, but I'm there if you would like to follow me. All those links are down in the description for you into there. But you can also follow me here and subscribe to my YouTube, or you can follow me over on my Twitch page where I stream 3 times a week into there as well, so make sure to check all those out. And I post new videos here every Tuesday, so you can keep up to date in there with ringing that bell and see what I build next week into there. But I will leave you here with this top little room up here, and then the screenshots down next into there. But until next time, thank you for watching. Stay happy and stay building. Bye everyone!